So I'm in the elevator at my new apartment building, and all of a sudden the elevator just stopped in between floors. There was about 6 of us inside, which is maybe a third of its maximum capacity. And the person that was closest to the phone picked it up, but there was nobody on the other end. So we sat there waiting. Nobody wanted to say what was on everybody's mind, which was if nobody came to rescue us, we all might die there. Of course, somebody would eventually come, because somebody would come and push the elevator button outside, and they might stand around, and then eventually somebody would call somebody to come get us out. In the meantime, this guy next to me started telling me a story similar to the elevator that we were in, only it ended a lot differently. And he said they were on this fishing boat. They went on this big kind of party boat out to go deep sea fishing for some tuna. And they got out to this spot that's supposed to have all this fish. They were supposed to have all this fish, and they couldn't see any land anywhere. And the captain of the boat just dove overboard and abandoned them. And it turned out that he wasn't really the captain. They didn't really know that because they didn't know who the captain was, but they went inside the radio room, or the captain driving room, or whatever, where the captain is on the ship, where the captain's quarters on the ship, and they found the dead captain, the real captain, was dead. And he'd been dead for a long time because his body was cold and he was starting to decay. And all of the people on the boat tried to figure out how to drive the boat, but they couldn't. They tried to operate the radios, but they didn't work. They tried to read the maps, but the compasses weren't working. They had no idea where they were, or how to radio for help, or how to get back. And so they realized they better start to ration supplies. They had a lot of water. They had a onboard desalinization machine, but they didn't have a lot of food, so they drew lots. And half of the people would be killed and eaten for food, and that's what they did. They all put their names in a hat, and the first 8 people that were pulled out of the hat, they voluntarily killed themselves to be eaten so that the others could survive on the fishing boat. And at this point in the story, somebody came to fix the elevator, and we all got off. And I wanted to get as far away from that creepy guy as possible, because I didn't want to know how he ended up being one of the guys that ate dead people to survive.